Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of Hayden B Grilling. Now, this morning we're getting the old smoker fired up for some smoked ribs. Now, this is going to be, what in my mind, a doozy. So, let's get started. All right, folks. So we're going to set our heat to 225 degrees. All right, folks. So we got 3 racks of ribs that we're going to prep. Now, the first thing we're going to do on all 3 of them is go in and remove this membrane that's right here. Now, to remove that, I'm just going to go in with a spoon, the flat end of a spoon, the handle end rather. I'm just going to push this all the way through. Just form that little pocket that I can then get my finger into, I think. And then we're just going to remove it. All right, now that we got that membrane removed, we're going to take a paper towel, just kind of run through or pat down the ribs, trying to pat them dry. Flip them over, do the same thing. Now I'm going to come back with some mustard, and this mustard is just going to be used as a binder. Squirt some mustard on there, then we're just going to rub it all over the rib. Once we get this side rubbed in, then we're going to flip it over and do the back side. Now we're doing 3 racks, right? So for 1 rack, I'm gonna come in with Granny Moore's Good Rub. Now for the other 2, I'm coming in with this, I just picked it up today, this Hot for Preacher Smoked Peach Rub by Fire and Smoke. And there's a reason I'm gonna use this seasoning for the other 2. And I'll show you that here in just a little bit. But for now, on this rack here, we're gonna come in with our Granny Moore's Good Rub, and we're gonna season the ribs. All right, so we got our other 2 racks here. I've already peeled that membrane off and patted them dry. So now we're just gonna come in with our mustard. Run it up and down. And then we're gonna rub that in for our binder, just like we did the first one. Now we're gonna come in with this Hot Preacher. We're just gonna season this side of it up, just like we did the other rack, only using the Granny Moore's Good Rub. All right, folks, we're at 225. We're gonna go ahead and raise our grill here, or our lid. We're gonna start putting our ribs on. And that rib right there, that rack, that is the one with Granny Moore's Good Rub. And then these 2 here are the other one we used there with the peach. Alrighty, get them nice and positioned there. Now we're gonna close the lid and let them sit like that for an hour and a half. All right, folks, so we just had an hour and a half. First time looking at them. They're looking beautiful. So now, let me zoom in a little bit. So now we're gonna spritz them. Just a little spritzing on top of the ribs there. And then we're going to lower it back down and let them go for another hour and a half. Now what I spritzed them with, that's equal parts apple juice and white wine vinegar. Alrighty, folks, so we have hit 3 hours. Raise the lid. We're going to pull these off the grill, the smoker. And now we're going to raise our heat to 250. And we're going to take the ribs inside for the next step. All right, so we got these laid out here. I went ahead and laid out 6 sheets of aluminum foil, 2 per rack of ribs, right? So now I'm gonna take some brown sugar and sprinkle it onto the aluminum foil. Okay. Next, we're gonna lay 4 pads of butter down, about a tablespoon apiece. And we're gonna come in with some honey. We're just gonna kind of drizzle some honey all along that brown sugar in the butter. No measurement, just kind of eyeballing it. Now we're gonna come in with Mile High Guy Barbecues Sweet Heat barbecue sauce. And we're just gonna drizzle, pour us a little bit of it out right here. About like that. Then we're gonna set our ribs down directly on top of that. Next, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit more brown sugar over the top of the rib. All right, so now this is just the one with Granny Moore's Good Rub. We're just doing this strictly 100% barbecue. So now we're gonna come back with more barbecue sauce. We're gonna drizzle that over the top, just like that. And now that we've got our barbecue sauce on it, we're gonna wrap this up with 1 sheet of aluminum foil. Wrap it over. And this back over. And fold that over like that. Fold this. We're going to use 2 sheets aluminum foil per rack. All right, so we got that one down. Now come back with sheet number 2. That wasn't supposed to happen. I'm just going to do this one like so. All right, so this is the second rack here. I believe I accidentally did this off camera, but we're gonna add that honey back onto our brown sugar when we sprinkle that on top of the ribs rather. And then we're gonna come back with our sweet heat barbecue sauce, just like we did on the last one. All right, so we've got this rack of ribs laying here. Now I'm just gonna kind of turn the edges up because I don't want anything to spill out, okay? For what's about to happen next. Okay. All right, so we're gonna come back with peach crown. And we're gonna pour this right over the top, drizzle it in, about like so. And then we're just gonna wrap this like we did the last rack of ribs. All right, so we're back at the smoker. We're at 250 degrees. We're going to take these ribs and we're going to put them the fold side up. We're going to put them back on the smoker. And folks, I'm telling y'all, this is smelling delicious. So we're going to close the lid and let these cook for another 3 hours at 250 degrees. Alrighty, folks, so we just hit that timer, 3 hours. So we're gonna get these in the house. All right, we just got these in the house. We're gonna unwrap the ribs, see how they're looking. And they are looking beautiful, folks. So good. All right, folks, stepped out in the garage to give the old important taste test. Wow. All right, folks, so I stepped out here a little bit quieter, but holy cannoli, folks. The ribs was tender, falling off the bone. I mean, could not have asked for a better rib cook. Very good. That peach bourbon, or the peach crown rather, blended in perfectly with the meat. And it just gave it this perfect little flavor, not overpowering by any stretch. So y'all please let me know what you think of the video. Y'all please try this. Give it a shot. Y'all like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.
Let me tell y'all about Hayden B. Grilling. Baby, he cooked some ribs tonight, okay? Fire as fuck. Don't ever, I know that he's going to post this, but don't ever tell my dad. But that shit was better than his, okay? Okay.